Trial began today for one of four men who stand charged in connection to Shavon Randle's murder. Desmond Jones is accused of kidnapping the 13-year-old girl. Steve Pickett is joining us live from Dallas County Criminal Courthouse with what went on there today. Steve?
Yeah, it was this man's own voice, his own recording, the main part of this testimony in this case today, Doug. He said that he was actually in the house where Shavon Randle, that 13-year-old, was killed. He said part of all of this was payback on a drug deal where someone was stealing from he and his other drug cohorts. And part of that payback, the abduction of a 13-year-old child.
Been down to like wipe, he told him to wipe, but it wasn't enough. And when he bent down to wipe, that's when he shot him.
Okay. And you saw it with your own eyes. Okay.
That is Desmond Jones's voice telling an FBI agent details regarding the murder of Shavon Randle. The 24-year-old has said he shot no one, but the FBI agent who recorded Jones said he is also the person who led them to Randle's body.
He's sitting in the car, really not saying anything.
Is he expressing remorse?
No.
Is he acting scared?
No.
The summer of 2017, 13-year-old Shavon Randle is abducted from her Lancaster home. Prosecutors today say Jones, along with three others, tied to a major South Dallas drug ring, snatched Randle as ransom after they believe the girl's adult cousin was tied to a group who stole thousands of dollars worth of marijuana from them.
Desmond Jones was part of the conspiracy, the criminal activity, the crew that kidnapped a 13-year-old little girl and ultimately killed her.
Jones is accused of kidnapping and criminal activity that led to Randle's death. His recorded version of events has been the central testimony against him, but never does he admit harming Shavon Randle. In fact, most of that recording, he talks about the other individuals who are allegedly involved in this, who invariably will face a criminal trial of their own. As far as a defense statement, an opening statement for defense in this case, it did not happen here today. This trial resumes here tomorrow morning. Reporting live, Steve Pickett, CBS 11 News.
Steve, thanks. And the start of Jones's trial, by the way, comes more than 2.5 years after the abduction and murder of Shavon Randle. And our Ken Molestina takes a look back right now at some of the more notable events that followed after Randle was abducted.
13-year-old Shavon Randle was reported missing from her home in Lancaster on June 28, 2017. An Amber Alert issued shortly after and a $25,000 reward for her safe return. Randle's body, along with the body of one of the persons of interest named in her disappearance, was found a few days later inside an abandoned home in Oak Cliff. She had gunshot wounds to her head and her torso. August of that year, the FBI served a search warrant on the vacant home to collect additional evidence, one of the final steps to getting the home bulldozed. 2 months later, the house was demolished. Dozens of neighbors, family, and friends were there to see it torn down.
Ken Molestina reporting. None of those arrested in connection to Randle's disappearance and death were ever charged with murder.